All right, that's super to hear. So if we were to kind of go back to when you first started the LMA, prior to even joining the LMA, what was the biggest problem, Joshua, that you were facing in your life prior to joining the LMA program?
Um, I don't know if I don't know if you want to classify it as a problem, but really it might be a long term. Like I said, with college, it's been a long road to where I'm at today with it.
Mm.
So even with the memories of there, it might still be inside of me towards it. So, and really to even start a career, you have to let go of that towards being professional if you start a career.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I found that LMA and I really
Mm.
needed to do something or really just kind of needed to it seemed like a learning ex I'm a continuous learner, so it seemed like something, if not learning or if like I said, didn't need to let go. In
Yeah.
which within the LMA towards like Tim bringing up some stuff in which that's
Mm.
there. So
Okay. So
and
when
that's
Tim
where
was,
and that's
yeah.
where you can choose to accept that or kind of not or deny that, but that is still it's an option. So
Okay. Did whatever you heard at the time, because I'm aware that you joined the master class and you attended with him. Was there a message that you heard during the class that maybe challenged your belief, and that's what, in a way, you were quite intrigued to from there learn more about your belief system? Can you tell me a little bit more about your belief and how did that also help you to take action and learn more about LMA?
I don't have such a belief. What you're saying is it's what that was like within me for personal stuff, and he's sharing what you guys share for that LMA experience, and it's on me to use that. So
Use that for
mhm.
something, what specifically, what, in your study or something else?
For myself towards if something, and the thing is you don't know if it's in you, and
Mm.
as if you are a counselor like that, it's something that you're sharing that is bringing up to consider.
Okay, so it brought up some stuff for you, is that what you mean?
Mhm.
Okay, interesting. And how was you might want to call it maybe not a problem, maybe something else from what I heard just now. How was it kind of impacting your life prior to joining the, LMA? Like, how did that make you feel?
As far as I don't as a feeling, and you didn't know, but it really made you think about. I mean, the long term of coming, what I'm doing within college right now. I've looked before within the whole long term of it, and that's where. But to start a career, you have to let go. If it's a negative inside of you, to let go of it. That's what it's a need. So with him bringing up and stuff he would bring up, that is what I had to consider and what
Yeah.
and I did, and that's what I was doing while listening to him every day.
Well, every day you were listening to him. That's awesome. And what problems were you trying to solve by joining the LMA course?
It's not that I was trying to solve problems. It's just that I didn't have nothing to do. I'm off. Like I said, I'm off of school for 3 months
Yeah.
towards going back toward my last semester, and I found that opportunity, the LMA, the
I
thing with
see.
him.
But there must have been so many other courses out there. So why LMA?
I don't know if I have an answer for that. It's just that's what presented itself.
Oh, I see. Okay. So that's what presented to you at the time. And
Mhm.
how did you come across the LMA course originally? Prior
Online.
to, oh, okay. What, on YouTube or somewhere else?
It might have been YouTube. I can't guarantee that. I know I found that, and really I think I saw in the thing with Tim. and I don't know how long he's been doing that, but I think I remember even when life was starting for me,
Mm.
there was another guy that like that I lived with, and he had his little Tim Han plaque in his house.
All
But
right.
I has he been doing that
Oh.
for longer than I think?
Oh gosh, yeah, years.
Yeah, because I
Wow,
remember
that's
seeing
really
that. I remember
interesting.
seeing that plaque in a guy, like I said, a person when life was starting for me. And I
Mm.
think that's what I kind of my mind attracted to me, that it's my turn to
Wow.
do.
Yeah, that
It's my
makes
turn
sense.
to do it and what it could do for me.
Mm,
In which,
I
yeah,
see.
and I would think about that every day to listen to him. That's what was,
Mm.
and so that made me triggered of, like I said, to let go of maybe what's ever negative to me to start my own career.
Okay, fantastic. So as you mentioned, you had about 3 months and you decided to learn more about the program. Did you have any concerns at all when it came to buying the LMA program at the time?
Or learn about myself is what,
Mm,
yes. Like you said, with those 3 months of that, and maybe that's what the LMA
yeah,
was, to watch what he has to say towards in general of whether it's life or a person or what is a need within, if you're going to have a career or if you're in your own house or, yeah, everything. And there's more than him that tells you that. And it's just,
yeah.
it's on you to choose to do what is a need
Mm, that's
towards
awesome.
everyday living, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm right about that. I'm
Makes
making
sense.
saying,
Yeah. And did anything surprise you as you were going through the course? What made you the
oh yeah,
happiest?
oh yeah. Well, oh yes, like I said, it was making me think. It was making me, or not towards academic, it was making me think about myself
Mm,
within this long, like I said, this long-term process of coming up to finish my academics, maybe make my as a if having a family better, or even my relationships, all that. Yes, like you,
all
yes,
right.
all that. Yeah. And I always had a belief that everything is mindset towards everyday living, and
Yes.
there's always something mentioned that really proves that, and you want to tell that person that. And it seems it's why, but when they're saying it, it seems like not everyone believes that everything's mindset. If that makes
Mm.
sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely. Everything's mindset.
Yes,
Yes.
and the thing is, you've seen, because
Mm,
when I was starting, that's when Facebook was starting, and then you know what all your friends from when you were in your childhood, what they're doing, because
yeah.
they're posting that,
Mm,
and you've had friends that's some negative stuff, or
yes.
addictions, all the negative stuff, and you wish you could help them,
Yeah.
but they tell you in high school that might happen, and when in your childhood you don't believe that, and then you see it, and it's
Mm,
like, I don't know, that's kind of a recall moment. I mean, you don't let it affect you, but it really, and that expression of more or less when stuff is starting, you can't help those that can't help themselves.
yes.
But helping yourself is a need. So yeah, maybe that's the proof right there, and maybe the LMA is
Mm,
trying to help me with that, and which it did. And
yeah.
so,
That's
and it's
really
really,
good
it's good
stuff.
to know that this kind of program is there,
Mm,
and so to let others know about that, maybe I would love to do that. In which, like I said, what helped me is I saw that plaque of an older guy in his house, and that
yeah.
just kind of maybe stuck in me, and then I found it, and
Mm,
so it's, like I said, it's my turn. I'm repeating myself here, but it's my turn to see what that can do for me.
that is so awesome. So you've taken all the learnings now, and do you want to also share your experience from the course with other people as well?
Oh, absolutely. If anything I can help, or
Mm,
with to share this of where more people can learn, or if to use this program, it'd be my pleasure.
oh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing. And what advice would you give to someone? Let's say somebody is kind of on the fence, thinking about joining the course, they're not sure, 100%, they're thinking about it. What advice would you give someone who's on the fence thinking about it to joining the LMA?
It just, I would share like what I'm sharing with you right now, when where I was when I signed on to it. That's what in it. Yes, I and some, but sometimes when you share it like that,
Yeah.
sometimes I've seen where it sometimes you just waste your time because
Mm.
if they're not gonna, you can't make a person listen if they're not gonna listen.
Yes.
But I mean, if I shared like what when I
Mm.
to and really, while it's harder to show what it show, I don't know, it's worth it. It's hard to show that when you're or sharing that, but um, like you're asking me what I would share.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would share where I was at a time when I took it, but maybe that's not telling anything about. I might go back to where what it was because even so, everyone has a different of what they're holding on to or what's inside of them. Everyone has something
Yeah.
different,
Everyone's different. Yeah.
and maybe like what I'm saying to you right now, that's what I would share.
Mm.
And maybe that what my expression on my face is showing you that that's what is where, or maybe, but it's on the other person to listen, or if they want to do something about themselves. And really, it comes to a point in life you have to make a choice with that. And if you can't, it may
Mm.
not be best for you.
That's a
But there's
great
nothing to
message.
say here. It's
Yeah.
on everyone to make a choice. I would
Yes,
say,
we all have a choice to make, don't we?
yeah. Well, or happiness is, or that express happiness is a choice. And why?
That's a great
And
message.
oh,
Yes, a
and
lot of
like we
people
say,
don't
uh,
think that happiness is a choice
did you just? I'm sorry. Did you say? I didn't hear you.
because there are many people who are seeking, happiness. They
Yeah.
don't think that happiness is a choice. What made you
I think listening to the, and that's really
think
within
otherwise?
listening to, and really within listening to what the, or it really opened that, or really that's what I find I journalize, I journal. I love to write.
Okay,
Um, but
great.
in my writing, you think while you're writing, and it got brought up a couple. It brought that self up. Yes, happiness is a
Mm,
choice, and like sometimes within writing, I found that self. What you have, like the cars, the money, the stuff, but really like I think happiness is a choice, and it's not the luxuries.
mm,
It's like with a belief of everything is mindset and happiness within that mindset. It's like when we start, we're lost.
mm,
I do believe that, or that's how it starts.
mm.
You're going lost, and until you admit that that's going on long enough to make a different
I see.
choice. Yeah.
Mm,
But and like with stuff with like when I go to church. When some get those people who get addicted to other things.
mm,
I've seen where I have friends who have done that, and that's where they've, and at those kind of nobody can do it alone is what goes on in those addict, and that's where I've seen people help others within that. And when you make that choice to help someone else,
mm.
I wonder, and really, if you find happiness, I'm wondering what that changes towards help another person find it. That might be interesting to me, is what I would consider.